Here we are back on our standard Arabia home map kinda thing going on. Let's have a look at who we've got. Over in the yellow playing as the Mayans we have the Viper, Bloom done first naturally, and over in the red we have RVK Stark also playing as the Mayans. Maps, how do we look at the moment? I don't think I've got any updates on the player. Viper naturally top of the ladder, Stark's pretty high as well. Map wise, gold on the front for Stark, berries on the front as well. Really open back to the map here. Going to be nice for booming back into if he decides to go for that, but not exactly sure what he wants to do at this stage in the game. Does have a gold over on the side, plus a stone over here. So really, his map's just not very nice at all. It's extremely open in the back here. Going to be able to get through here quite easily. Stone is on a hill, so if Viper does take that hill, will be an issue for Stark, especially as mines. He will be trying to get a castle up relatively early to get bloomed archers out, because they're just so cost efficient. Other stone and gold is over here as well, which again, Viper's going to be able to lock this down fairly easy if he does decide to push out and Feudal and use the hills to his advantage. So right now, Stark not looking in good shape, just from the map he's got. Not quite so nice. Viper though, this should relatively even it out. Viper's got a relatively open map as well. Does have a stone in the back, which will be kind of helpful, and could potentially wall this here off if he wanted to, and then again wall this section here off, but doesn't look like that's what he'll do just because it's Viper. 2 golds on the front as well, plus a stone. This annoying little hill here, going to be great for Stark to push in on. Same goes for around the back here. Could wall this off fairly easily, but again, assuming it won't happen. I don't think there's anything else too noteworthy about the map. Looks like Viper's found most of his sheep, and he's gone out to scout Stark already. Cool. Alright, I think we are good on that. We've got an understanding of the map, we know what's going on, we've seen where all the resources are, and we can make strategies predicted on that. Something I actually did want to talk about, because I've actually been getting a ridiculous amount of messages about this recently. I don't know if it's just like AoE season or what, but there's actually heaps of people asking me for coaching, and I have no idea why. But, you know, I've got time at the moment, actually, and sometimes I am actually having issues filling all my time. So, you know, if you message me, we might actually be able to work something out every now and then, so feel free to go for it, guys. I mean, I've got the time there at the moment. Come like the 25th, I'm going to be pretty much ridiculously busy, and, well, at the moment, I've pretty much got free time for whatever I want. I can do pretty much anything I feel like during the days, really. It's just, AoE definitely doesn't take preference, but if I've got nothing better going on, I'm definitely up for it. Ooh! Did manage to lame a sheep there, but gonna lose his scout. Kind of a big deal. Viper going for a drush now. Looks like Stark going for it as well, but gonna be playing defensive here. Viper will be moving out. He does have the advantage of an Eagle Warrior now. Is on 14 HP, but that's still better than no Eagle Warrior at all. Viper not choosing to move out here. Interesting, and putting a mill down on the top over here. Definitely some interesting plays so far. Both players playing relatively defensive, and it looks like Viper did spot those militia there and will be on his way back. Did get a quick wall up across here to stop anything coming around and trapping these villagers in here, because of course it can force a deletion of the mill. And Stark going for a wall off. Interesting choice by him. Didn't wall this stone in here, so he's not going for that. And it looks like he's going to be going mostly for archers in this situation. Not really preferencing a castle at all. Viper getting kind of a building wall going on, hasn't walled off this side here, might add on to this later in the game, but we'll see how it goes. Viper's militia here, going to be able to do fairly well here, hasn't even lost one, and forced Stark back to the town centre. Good thing about this is though, town centres do heal units, so Stark will be in shape to fend this off afterwards. Didn't lose a militia in that, so it's not going to be too bad. Both players have hit Feudal Age now. Archery Blacksmith for Stark, and Viper going Archery Blacksmith as well. So it looks like they're both relatively ready to fast castle here. I think Viper might get up first, just because Stark's lacking. Oh, saying that. Now, he's got the resources to now. He's going to be fine. Viper pushed back here by the militia. Ooh, is he going to be... If he brought in the eagle, he could probably take it out, but I don't think he wants to lose his eagle at the start. Viper being, of course, a nut for scouting. That is definitely one of his definite traits that he takes with him. Anyway, Castle Age for Stark, Castle Age for Viper. It looks like Stark has a bit of an advantage there on the Castle Age time. Double archery for him, naturally straight on the way. Haven't seen a +1 yet, don't think he actually has the resources available for that. Viper hasn't got any archers out yet at all. More of a wall off coming up for Stark right now. And it looks like Viper's going to finish up on these deer here. Hopefully won't get attacked by that wolf. And this game's going fairly well for both players. Viper not going straight up into double archery though. Oh, there we go. Gonna be up. He's gonna be alright. Looks like though Stark might be able to outmass him here at the start by a few units, which is gonna be a pretty big deal, because of course when you're fighting in armies when there's only like 5 or 6 units, and then that one unit makes a massive difference. Saying that, has Viper got his +1 yet? Viper has his +1. Stark does not. Stark hitting the castle age. What's Viper going for? He's gonna get Bodkin straight away. Crossbow being done, and he's gonna move out. Stark still not having that +1. Is he going for it? Is he just preferencing? Alright, he's got the +1 on the way. Hasn't got crossbow started yet, so Viper might be able to micro his way to victory here, actually. This could be interesting. He's only got 4 against, of course, a lot more there. What do we see got there? 10. I think it's 10 at any rate. Maybe a little less, but maybe 9. We'll see how this goes, though. And Viper, of course, having an extra 2 range, or an extra 1 range now on his opponent's units. And oh, I thought he was going to run into the economy then, but looks like Viper is going to try and micro everything. He's like a bloody AI. Anything interesting coming up over here? Town center is going up for Viper. Stark not going up to any more town centers yet, is preferencing his army. Viper does have a small point lead right now, and it looks like the victory over here will go to Stark, believe it or not. 1 for nothing by the looks of things. But doing fairly well. Very, very good so far. I'm happy with how both players are playing. Stark really preferencing army here. Might come back to haunt him in the late game. Oh, saying that, he's got his second town center up actually. And it looks like, yep, on even footing right there. And Stark having more of an army, so he's obviously there must be something going on here that's giving them more points. Could be scouting potentially, because of course Stark did lose his eagle quite early on, so that could be due to that. And Viper's eagle's still actually alive. They're on 2 HP, and I think just gonna lose it there. That's a bugger, it survives so long. Stark will be able to push out with these archers though, and Viper will actually be in trouble. And there we go, Stark taking the advantage there. Does have the hill to hold, but saying that, Stark can move to wherever he wants, whereas Viper's stuck on the hill. If it comes down to these numbers, moving these 3 crossbows back, and in this situation here, this is going to matter. Stark might be able to actually, if Stark gets up on top of the hill here. Alright, this is bad for Viper. It's going to come down to micromanagement here. Saying that, it's actually a really good defensive location for that town center, but hopefully the crossbows won't be able to do too much villager sniping. Stark still on 2 ranges. Looks like he's got another lumber camp coming up over here in the back. Just because that one archer was getting some harass. And Viper hopefully going to notice this, and yes. Micro. And in comes the army from Stark. It's got a good concave compared to Viper right now. Trying to align his troops. Over here could be bad. Could potentially lose a villager or 2. Especially if they manage to get in around the pond here. Always an issue for villagers. And Viper moving back. It looks like he knows this is coming. And he is trying to get a wall off up. And didn't even lose a villager there during the wall off phase. But right now, looks like that villager, yes, going to lose 1 there. Potentially a second. Whoop. Did force a wall in around the town center, which was definitely a smart move, and he's going to snag a few extra archers because of that, actually grabbing 3 or 4 more there. Definitely a smart play by Viper right now, getting that extra bit of wall in there. And I think it might just be an AI that just walked them past the town center, and Stark lost a lot of units because of that, and Viper was able to pick that one off extremely easy. Did lose a few villagers, but I think it was worth it considering he managed to pick off most of Stark's army. Viper up on 3 town centers now, hasn't started taking stone in the front, has started taking it in the back however, so he is starting to save up for that castle. Same goes for Stark though, does have his 3rd town center up, that's a university coming up there. Viper having a lot earlier university, but it looks like, saying that, it's about even, so both players playing a remarkably tight game here. More crossbows moving around the back right now for Stark, and it hasn't been fully walled yet, could potentially lose a villager or 2. But no, Viper going to notice that, get the units out of there, and look at that, Stark going to lose all those crossbows again. More pushing out from Stark right now. I think he knows he really needs to start putting the hammer down and really start killing off some villagers to try and make this even, because he knows he lost a lot of units in the back here to nothing. So he really needs to do something right now, because Viper is starting to get ahead. He's 300 points up right now, and Viper's coming in for the kill on some villagers by the looks of the thing. Going to get 1 there. Potentially going to be able to bust through this palisade over here as well. Looks like he's got more army on the front than Stark has right now. Saying that, these villagers over here. Ooh, quick garrison. Gonna lose some crossbows here, but nothing too serious. And it looks like Viper is gonna fight here. He is on a hill, so he's got every reason to fight. It looks like he's outmassed as well. So he's gonna go open season here. Ooh, looks like that was a split. Viper microing right now. Something that we never see. But still, managing to push all these guys away. And if Viper comes around into here, if he gets these 4 villages, going to be absolutely huge on Stark's economy. Saying that, it does look like they will be able to finish this one up. And Viper going to get his money's worth, but not be able to break through there. Saying that as well, has fought Stark all the way to the side of the map here. And how many archeries are we still seeing? Is he only going for 2? Castle is coming up, so plumed archers will be soon. Saying that, we should probably check the upgrades. No armor for Viper, and 1 armor for Stark. That's actually quite a big deal. Because of course 1 less damage per arrow. Quite good considering what archers only do, what, like 7 damage at this stage. They've got 35 HP, not a lot, but it matters. It matters, it matters, it matters. And Viper luckily going to notice that one. A bit of map hacks there. Managing to do that quite well, actually. He was in his direct path. That worked out really well for him. Looks like, again, Stark will be coming around the back. Could try and get into this little area, pond area here. And if he does, of course, he will get rid of a lot of these lumberjacks, which is absolutely perfect. And Viper going to be able to take that and move out with some more villagers. Try and get some more damage here. What are we seeing? Castle looks like it's going to be relocated to there for Stark. So his first castle is second castle. Interesting. Second castle for Stark. First castle for Viper. How's Viper doing resource-wise? He's got enough for another one. Ooh, Viper going to Imp. Good thing I switched over then. And he actually has another castle coming up here on the front, plus enough to put another one up. Viper going to be in a really good position here. Stark nowhere near going Imperial right now. 111 population for Stark. Viper on 100, just 93, sorry, not 193. Losing a lot of villages here, actually, though. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think he lost one there. 8. Geez, Stark is taking a massive lead right now. 600 points towards him. Plumed archers are on the front line right now. Viper really going to need to do something here. Saying that, he has going to have that massive Imperial bonus in a minute, but he doesn't have the eco to back it up and create units and use that tech and push with it, while Stark doesn't have it. It's going to be a pretty big waste. We'll have to see how this goes. Plumed archer going to get killed off there. So these guys will run around the back here and find this. Viper, Imperial. Alright, what's his plan? You could have a plan, Viper. You gotta have a plan. You're a man with a plan. There's another castle coming up there, so he's going up to 3 castles. Once he gets this one here up, we'll be able to put down a 4th castle as well. So he's going to play pretty defensively here by the looks of things. Plumed archers in a good spot. How are we doing? Got the +2 armor, quite a big deal. Stark, I don't think, has that yet. And yes, he does. He does have that. Does have the +2 armor. Viper doesn't have the plus attack yet. Ooh, these plumed archers here actually going to be able to snag quite a few villages if they really try. Gonna get 2. Lose a lot of plumed archers in the process though, but Viper going to be able to get that extra castle up, and 3 castles up for Viper, all creating plumed archers. Not elite yet, because that of course is a very expensive research, even though it costs no gold. I think it's the only elite unit upgrade that takes no gold. Saying that, they've got the +3 range right now, so Viper in a great position to start dealing some damage if he can outmass Stark. Stark at the moment is really just going to have to safety in numbers it. And are those plumed archers or crossbows or villagers? They look like crossbows. So I don't think that was as bad as it could have been. Stark, is he upping? He's going to Imperial actually as well. This could be GG for Viper if he doesn't manage to do something really good here. Stark will catch up. He's got more units on the field, and it looks like his eco's in a bit of a better shape here. I'm not completely sure about that or not. Just getting his 3rd castle up by the looks of things, and I just heard a siege workshop for someone. Trebuchets are out for Viper right now, so we will be able to start pushing before Stark can get any kind of defense going, which is going to be a big deal, but this push is probably going to decide the fate of the game. If Viper's pushed back easily, he's probably going to lose. If Stark can't stop these castles going down, it's going to go in favor of Viper easily. And saying that, I don't think... Ooh, Stark has a lot of plumed archers there, and Ram's going to go up to capped as well. No idea if he's going to be able to push through this. I think he's leaving it too long. I think Viper's going to push in here, and this will be it. But not sure, not sure. Elite Skirmisher as well. How are we doing upgrade-wise? Pretty much even. Doesn't have the plus range yet that Viper has. Capped Ram has been done, so Viper can have trouble dealing with this. Might need to pack those trebuchets up. He's going to do exactly that. +3 range has been done for both players right now. Stark is pushing it back. Did lose one castle in the process, but not too much. Saying that 2 forward siege workshops coming up for Viper. Any more castles on the horizon? There's one there. Is collecting the relics, so Viper is in it for the long game right now. Ooh, Stark managing to sneak some plumed archers in there. Will get a few kills. And, of course, going to stand up to those town centers fairly well. Ooh, elite plumed archer for Stark, elite plumed archer for Viper as well. +4 armor has been done for Viper, has not been done for Stark. And it looks like, ooh, we're going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 villages there by the looks of it. It's really starting to look in favor of Stark right now. I don't know how this is going to go. If this is found over here, it's going to be GG. Did I just see... Yep, chemistry has been done for both players as well, so we're looking at fully up-plumed archers now. Going to be going out. It looks like this ram train's going to be too much for Viper to deal with, actually. If he had some mangonels behind this, he might be in good shape, but... nah. I think this is it, guys. Stark managed to push Viper back extremely well. Siege ram there for Stark. And that's usually a GG to a Mayan player. Saying that, yep, did manage to find the extra resources over here that Viper was using. We'll be able to defend it for now, but of course, plumed archers are just going to be able to run over to there as soon as they manage to bust this front, if Viper doesn't resign. Saying that, though, it's really looking like Viper's going to have to. 1,500 points difference. Stark playing an amazing game. And really just pushing here. Those skirmishes actually making a huge difference here. And it looks like, again, pushing in over here with plumed archers, because of course you just don't want to let that economy go. Siege rams just doing a brilliant job at just demolishing everything in their way right now. And losing pretty much all his castles on the front here. Did lose his siege workshops as well. Yeah, not in a good spot right now. Outmassed in everything. His economy is definitely looking not too good right now. Has lost a lot of villages throughout the course of this game. He's putting up a siege workshop here. It looks like he's trying to get some things. And Viper resigning out there. And I feel like I should say, just because I casted this game out of the pack, it was like an 8-set pack or something. And I think it was like 1-6 or something, or 1-7 to Viper. So, and by that I mean Stark had 1 win out of that so far. I just don't want to make it sound like Stark just absolutely destroyed Viper when Viper absolutely ruined him a few other games. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. I like giving the pack stats at the end if there has been more than 1 game played. It just really helps even things up, especially if there's like 2 games played and I cast a 1 where someone won. I feel bad about it. Anyway, remember what I said, I've got time at the moment, so feel free to message me on coaching and whatnot, because, you know, I'll do it. Like, I have no problem against it. So cool. I think that's good. Remember, stream on the 10th, which will be the Sunday at 10 GMT. Going to be focusing on scouts. I think that's all we really have to say. Just start playing a really good game. I am really happy because Viper, of course, is an extremely strong Mayan player. Anyway, I'll see you on the next.